Hey, what is up, guys? Ryan G here. Beautiful, what day is it? Tuesday. Beautiful Tuesday. So we got some breaking news, super crazy. Michael Dunn, who is the city commissioner, or used to be a city commissioner in Lakeland. Man, my background, it looks fake. This is actually my backyard. This is what it looks like. But, man, it looks super fake. So Michael Dunn, if you guys remember, he was a city commissioner in Lakeland. He also owned a Army Navy surplus store in downtown Lakeland. So in, I believe it was 2018, I'm going to pull up my notes here real quick. This guy named Cristobal Lopez walked into this Army Navy surplus store and was just looking to buy some stuff or whatever he was doing. So Cristobal, who was a well-known homeless guy in the area, decided to pick up this hatchet and shove it inside of his waistband, and he was going to steal it, right? So Michael Dunn, he was sitting inside of his office. He had like a piece of glass, like one-way glass or whatever, and he saw Chris Lopez stealing this hatchet. So he decided to lunge into action. Now listen, I get it. I owned a retail gun store for a long time, and we had people steal stuff, and it's like a very big high emotion moment. It really upsets you when you work so hard in your business and somebody just comes and steals stuff, right? So I get where Dunn was coming from. The problem is he didn't lack self-control. So Michael Dunn, he jumped up, he approaches Lopez, and he's kind of like standing between Lopez and the entrance of the business. And he said to Lopez, "Are you gonna pay for that?" So now he's letting Lopez know, like, hey, I know you're stealing. Are you gonna pay for it or not? Lopez said, yes, I'll pay for it. But that wasn't good enough for Dunn. Dunn decided to try to detain Lopez until the police showed up because he really wanted Lopez to get prosecuted and get arrested. Again, I get it. Now, I have other videos about this that actually show the surveillance footage and stuff, so you guys can go figure that out and watch it. But at some point during this confrontation, Michael Dunn decides to pull out his concealed carry firearm. And in the footage, you can see he's kind of holding it in like a ghetto, low ready kind of position. So he's holding it in this low ready. He's like trying to grab onto Lopez, and he's holding onto his shirt as Lopez is attempting to flee and get out of the store. Tell me in the comments, do you guys remember this story? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, tell me what you think. What's up, Shane? What's up, Brandon? What's up, Troy? Saw you guys there. So now, as Michael Dunn is holding on to this guy, Lopez, the hatchet slipped out of Lopez's pants, okay? So now Lopez picks up the hatchet and is holding it in his right hand as he's like leaning out the door like this, right? He's leaning out, and Dunn is holding onto his shirt and trying to pull him back in. So finally, Lopez breaks free of Dunn's grip, and is like literally the microsecond that Lopez breaks free, Michael Dunn just opens fire. It was 2 to 3 rounds or so, and just killed Lopez like instantly, right? Did not stand a chance. So again, this was 3 years ago. Yeah, so Troy says, haven't heard of this till I saw your email. Remember it, don't recall seeing the hatchet. Yeah, it was a very big story when it first happened, obviously, but unfortunately there's so many of these stories that people kind of just forget them. Okay, so Michael Dunn gets arrested. He loses his spot as a city commissioner, and he goes through 3 years of stress, pain, fear. Imagine hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees this guy now had to pay, all because Michael Dunn did not understand one core concept. He didn't understand when he was legally allowed to shoot and when he is legally required to walk away. That's why I wrote this book. You know, somebody asked me the other day, they said, like, Ryan, what are the top 5 mistakes that Florida gun owners make? And I said, I could boil down every mistake that Florida gun owners make into one thing. It's that they do not have a deep understanding of what they're allowed to do with their gun. So like if you don't have a deep understanding of when you're allowed to use your gun and when you're not, would you guys agree? Just tell me in the comments that it's very likely that you will make a huge mistake that will end up costing you your life, your freedom, all kinds of stuff. So let's see. Cheyenne says concealed carry shouldn't have been drawn once the man said he was willing to pay for the hatchet. Yeah, even him saying he was going to pay for it, that's not enough to pull out a gun. Now, it can obviously be argued, and this is something that there's another really important point I'll make here in a second. But the big argument here was that Lopez had the hatchet in his hand. So lots of people were saying, well, this is justified. It's part of the stand your ground law because Lopez had the right or had the ability to kill Dunn. And Dunn had a reasonable belief of imminent death. I think that's logical, obviously. If somebody's holding a hatchet, obviously that can be perceived as a deadly weapon. The part that I argue with is Lopez was holding the hatchet outside the door. The hatchet was on the other side of the door. And Dunn was pulling and holding on to him. If you're in fear for your life, wouldn't you agree you would be trying to create distance between you and the threat? But if I'm afraid of somebody who's got a hatchet, the number one thing that I will do is I will try to create distance. I don't want to be close to you. If you've got a hatchet, a deadly weapon, I do not want to be close to you. I'm going to get a lot of distance, and if you come towards me, I'm going to introduce you to Jesus. But me trying to hold on to you, it's just foolish. It's very stupid. And I think Dunn epically screwed up. Now, the second point that I wanted to make, which I found was very interesting, is there were a lot of posts on social media. There were articles online of people saying that Michael Dunn had been granted immunity under the Florida Justified Use of Force statute, so the stand your ground law. People were saying he got immunity, that this was a stand your ground shooting. And what was interesting, I heard all this and I was like, there's no freaking way this is stand your ground. There's no way. And as I was doing research today, turns out all of those stories that you were hearing on the internet were wrong. I know you guys have never heard that before. I'm probably blowing your mind, but just because something's on the internet does not mean it's true. If you guys don't have a copy of my book yet, Florida Concealed Carry, Shoot or Don't Shoot, you are missing out. You're missing out on a lot. The number one thing that we should be doing actually I'll say that there's three. The three things we should be doing as a Florida concealed carry permit holder is developing our skills, our shooting ability, right? So that we can actually use that gun at a high level. We need to be developing our mindset so we can be making good decisions and avoiding conflict, as much as possible. And what was the third one, Ryan? Mindset, our skills, and we need to be able to avoid these types of situations. Definitely missing out. Everybody needs it. Yeah, it's awesome. So if you guys want to get a copy of this book, I put a link down in the description below. It's super, super inexpensive. So how do we order the book of live to dive into that? It should be inside the link, Cheyenne, or you can go to FloridaShootOrDon'tShoot.com, but the link is inside the description. Pick it up. We'll ship it out today, actually. The last thing I want to leave you guys with, again, imagine Michael Dunn. Many gun owners are excited about using a firearm in self-defense. I don't know where this mindset comes from, but they're excited. They want to shoot somebody. They want to do something like this because they just think it's going to be cool, right? Michael Dunn shot this guy, killed him 3 years ago. 3 years of stress, anxiety, lost his job. What's up, Jason? Hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. And, for anybody here that has self-defense insurance only protects you. They only provide money to you if your shooting was justified. The self-defense insurance, whether it's from the USCCA, US Law Shield, whatever, CCW Safe, they provide you zero money if you use your firearm in an inappropriate way. I don't know if everybody knows that. So that means this entire bill, everything that just happened, Michael Dunn is going to have to pay for out of his own pocket. So he's going to be in prison for the next 3 years. He accepted a plea deal. He's going to do 3 years in prison, 10 years in probation, and there was one other punishment. I don't remember what it was. So 3 years. His family's not going to have income. He has to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees. He's probably now going to get sued civilly by Cristobal Lopez's family over a $15 hatchet. Let's say for a second that Dunn had a legal right to shoot Cristobal Lopez over this hatchet. Is it worth it? Is all of that stress, the fear, the anxiety, is all of that worth protecting something that's worth 15 bucks? In my opinion, I think the answer is no. I think the purpose of a gun is to protect our lives, our family, the lives of people that are around us. It's not about protecting our stuff. You know, I don't have my, if I got my laptop here. If somebody wants to take my laptop, freaking take it. I'll go buy another one, right? It's not, you know, the couple $1,000s that this cost me is not worth me using a gun. If somebody wants to steal my phone, they want to steal my wallet, whatever, it is just not worth it. Yeah, Shane says, self-defense loser, better study, Ryan and Tiff. Yeah, you know, I think people just don't take this super seriously. I think they think it's going to be easy, but this is not easy. This is a really big deal. All right. Brandon says, not enough training, but my wallet controls the pace of my training. You have a great book, Ryan. Yeah, definitely missing out. Don't pull a gun unless absolutely necessary to protect your life, not property. It's not worth it. Yeah, I totally agree, Cowboy. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you grab a copy of our book. We will definitely get it out to you in the mail today. I will personally drive it to the post office in my golf cart, White Lightning. Be safe, and until next time, keep training. Let's see what Cheyenne has to say. All right, never want to have to pull my concealed unless absolutely necessary, justified to protect my life. Yep, totally agree, Cheyenne. Thanks, guys. Be safe.